When you hear the name Mike Rowe, you probably think about mud, sweat, and hard work. For years, he's been the face of tough jobs that most people would never want to do. But behind his easy smile and calm voice, there's a story people rarely talk about. Mike Rowe has been more than just a television host. He's been a truth teller in a world that often doesn't want to hear the truth. From the start, people warned that his way of thinking could shake things up. They said his words could make people question their careers, their education, and even their ideas of success. Yet many ignored those warnings. Over time, Mike proved that he wasn't just another TV personality. He was someone who believed deeply in the value of honest work. His journey is one that begins with curiosity and ends with a powerful message about what really matters in life: purpose, respect, and pride in one's work. Mike Rowe was born in Baltimore, Maryland, in 1962. His childhood was simple and full of lessons that shaped who he would become. His parents, both teachers, believed in discipline, honesty, and hard work. They didn't have much, but they taught Mike to appreciate everything he earned. Growing up, Mike wasn't the best student. He didn't always follow the traditional path, but he loved learning through experience. He would watch people work, farmers, builders, and factory workers, and he admired their dedication. Even as a young boy, Mike knew that there was something powerful about people who worked with their hands. This early respect for blue-collar workers stayed with him for life. While others dreamed of fancy offices or big paychecks, Mike's heroes were the ones who got dirty and made the world run quietly from behind the scenes. Mike's path to fame didn't happen overnight. After college, he worked a series of small jobs that helped him learn what he truly wanted. He studied communication and later joined the world of television as a host and narrator. One of his first jobs was at QVC, the shopping channel. There, Mike had to sell products live on camera, often without much information. It was a challenge, but it helped him build quick thinking and confidence. However, Mike didn't always fit in. He was funny, sarcastic, and brutally honest, traits that sometimes clashed with corporate expectations. After being fired from QVC, he could have given up, but instead, he used that failure to find his true direction. Mike realized that he didn't want to be part of fake smiles or scripted sales pitches. He wanted to show life as it really was, unfiltered and real. That thought would soon lead him to one of the most iconic shows on television. In the early 2000s, Mike Rowe got an idea that would change his life. He wanted to create a show that highlighted the people who did America's toughest and dirtiest jobs. From sewer inspectors to crab fishermen, these were the workers who kept society running but rarely got credit. When Dirty Jobs premiered on the Discovery Channel in 2003, it immediately stood out. Unlike most reality shows, there were no fancy sets or fake drama, just Mike working alongside real people doing real work. The show was messy, unpredictable, and often hilarious. But beneath the entertainment, it carried a powerful message. Every job deserves respect. Mike didn't act like he was above anyone. Instead, he learned from the workers, listened to their stories, and showed the dignity in what they did, week after week. Dirty Jobs became more than just a show. It became a tribute to the hardworking men and women who make modern life possible. What made Mike Rowe stand out wasn't just his humor or courage to jump into the mud. It was his genuine curiosity and respect for others. He didn't pretend to be a hero. He was a student of the working world. On every episode, he learned something new about life, effort, and community. He noticed that people in these dirty jobs were often happier and more grounded than those in big offices. They took pride in their craft, and they didn't complain about getting dirty because they understood the value of their work. Mike realized that society had lost touch with that mindset. Many young people were told that success only came from college degrees and white-collar jobs. Through his show, Mike gently challenged that belief. He encouraged viewers to see that there's more than one path to a good life, and sometimes, the best lessons come from the toughest work. As Dirty Jobs grew in popularity, Mike Rowe started to share more of his personal opinions. He talked openly about how America was losing respect for skilled labor. He warned that too many young people were chasing degrees that didn't lead to real jobs while ignoring trade schools and practical skills. Many didn't want to hear that message. Some called him old-fashioned or accused him of being out of touch. But as time went on, his words proved true. The country began facing a shortage of plumbers, electricians, welders, and mechanics. Industries were struggling to find workers, while many college graduates were buried in debt. Mike's warning wasn't against education, it was about balance. He believed every kind of work deserves value. Yet for years his warning went unheard. Now, as more people rediscover the importance of trades, they realize Mike was right all along. Success often comes with critics, and Mike Rowe had his share. Some accused him of simplifying complex issues. Others said he romanticized hard labor. There were even people who thought his message discouraged education. But Mike always responded calmly. He explained that he wasn't against college. He was against the idea that it's the only way to succeed. He pointed out that many good-paying jobs didn't require a degree, just skill and effort. He believed that respect for all kinds of work could bring balance to society. During interviews and speeches, Mike spoke with honesty and humility. He wasn't trying to start fights. He was trying to start conversations. While some people still misunderstood him, millions appreciated his courage to speak truthfully in a time when many were afraid to go against popular opinion. At the core of Mike Rowe's message is a simple idea: dignity in work. He believes that every person, whether they clean, build, or fix things, plays a vital role in keeping the world moving. Through his foundation, Mike Rowe Works, he's helped provide scholarships for students entering trade schools. His goal isn't just to talk about respect, it's to create real change. He wants young people to see that it's okay to take the path less traveled. Whether someone becomes a plumber, a mechanic, or a carpenter, they're contributing something meaningful. Mike's belief that passion and purpose matter more than prestige has inspired countless people. He's reminded the world that success isn't just about money or titles. It's about finding satisfaction in what you do and doing it well. Even after Dirty Jobs ended, Mike didn't slow down. He continued to host shows, narrate documentaries, and speak at events. His voice, deep, calm, and honest, became one of the most recognized in American television. He used his platform to keep spreading his message about work, education, and responsibility. Through podcasts, interviews, and social media, Mike continued to connect with people from all walks of life. His fans saw him not as a celebrity, but as someone who understood them. He never acted superior or detached. In fact, he often joked that he's still learning and making mistakes like everyone else. That humility made his words more powerful. Over time, Mike Rowe became more than an entertainer. He became a teacher of life's simplest truths. Today, Mike Rowe stands as a voice of reason in a noisy world. His message remains as important as ever. Don't look down on hard work. The people who fix roads, clean cities, and repair homes deserve as much respect as anyone else. He's shown that success isn't about how clean your hands are, but how honestly you live your life. As automation and technology take over, Mike's warning grows louder. We must not forget the value of human skill and effort. His life story reminds us that fame isn't the goal. Purpose is. From the muddy fields of dirty jobs to the stages of major events, Mike Rowe has always stayed true to who he is. A man who listens, learns, and leads with heart. The world may have ignored his warning once, but now, more than ever, it's time to listen. In the end, Mike Rowe's journey isn't just about him, it's about us. It's a reminder that our society needs balance between ambition and appreciation. We've been taught to chase status, but Mike teaches us to find joy in contribution. He believes that every honest effort deserves recognition, no matter how dirty the job might be. His story invites us to rethink what success means and to value the people who make our daily lives possible. Whether it's the farmer who grows our food, the plumber who fixes our sink, or the nurse who works overnight shifts, every job holds dignity. If we truly listened to Mike Rowe's warning years ago, maybe our world would already look different. But it's not too late. His message continues to echo. Respect work, value workers, and never forget where real strength comes from, the willingness to do what needs to be done. Mike Rowe didn't just entertain people. He challenged how we see the world. He made us laugh, think, and most importantly, appreciate the unseen heroes around us. The warning about Mike Rowe was never about scandal or danger. It was about truth. Mike Rowe's beliefs aren't built on theories or slogans. They come from real-life experience. Every time he stepped into a sewer, climbed a telephone pole, or worked in a factory for dirty jobs, he learned something that most people overlook. Work connects us. It doesn't matter if someone's job is glamorous or simple. It plays a part in the larger story of how society functions. Mike often says that he doesn't celebrate hard work just because it's hard. He celebrates it because it's necessary. He believes that when people take pride in what they do, it brings purpose and strength. His time on the show opened his eyes to how much wisdom can come from those who aren't in the spotlight. From truck drivers to waste collectors, he met people who taught him more about life than any classroom ever could. This realization became the foundation of his philosophy, that success isn't measured by money or fame, but by contribution, humility, and gratitude. One of Mike's biggest concerns has always been the growing gap between what society values and what it truly needs. He often points out that while millions of people pursue high-level degrees, countless essential jobs remain empty. Electricians, plumbers, welders, farmers, and mechanics are in short supply, yet these are the very people who keep the world running. Mike calls this the skill gap crisis. It's not that young people are lazy, he says. It's that they've been misled into thinking that only white-collar careers are respectable. He's seen how schools and parents often push students toward college without showing them that trade work can also lead to a good and meaningful life. Through his foundation, Mike Rowe works, he's tried to bridge that gap. He's awarded scholarships to students who want to enter trade schools, helping them see that success can be found in unexpected places. Mike believes that if more people understood the value of these jobs, our communities would be stronger and more balanced. Dirty Jobs was never just a television show. It was a mirror reflecting society's attitude toward labor. Each episode showed the beauty hidden inside what many call dirty. Mike's experiences weren't scripted or glamorous. He faced real danger, exhaustion, and discomfort. From crawling through animal waste to diving in murky waters, he put himself in the shoes of workers who do it every day. But what stood out most wasn't the mess, it was the mindset. Mike discovered that the happiest people weren't always the ones with the easiest jobs. They were the ones who understood their purpose. A crab fisherman told him once, "If you love what you do, it doesn't matter how tough it gets." That simple sentence became one of Mike's guiding principles. He saw how laughter, teamwork, and pride could turn even the dirtiest tasks into something meaningful. That's why Dirty Jobs connected so deeply with audiences. It wasn't just about grime. It was about gratitude. While many praised Mike Rowe's work, not everyone agreed with his views. Some people in the academic and media world criticized him for oversimplifying the education debate. They said that telling kids to skip college was irresponsible. But Mike never said that. He said college isn't for everyone. He wanted people to see that there are many ways to live a successful life. He once joked, "I'm not anti-college. I'm just pro-work." Still, the backlash grew, especially when he spoke about issues like student debt, unemployment, and cultural entitlement. Some accused him of being political, though he never claimed any party allegiance. Mike stood firm, saying his message wasn't about politics. It was about reality. He believed that telling the truth shouldn't offend anyone, yet in a world where opinions spread faster than facts, his words sometimes caused controversy. But he accepted that challenge because he believed in honest conversation, even when it was uncomfortable. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Mike Rowe's warnings gained new meaning. When millions of people were forced to stay home, the importance of essential workers became clearer than ever. Truck drivers, grocery clerks, delivery workers, and health professionals kept society moving when everything else stopped. For years, Mike had been saying that these jobs were undervalued. And suddenly, the world saw exactly what he meant. He often spoke about how crises reveal what truly matters. When the noise of daily life faded, people finally understood the strength and sacrifice behind the jobs they once ignored. Mike reminded the public that dignity doesn't depend on a paycheck or a title. It depends on responsibility and reliability. His words during that time were both comforting and challenging. He said, "We've learned who we really rely on, and they've been right in front of us all along." That moment, for many, felt like the world catching up to Mike Rowe's truth. One reason Mike Rowe's message reaches so many people is his humor. He doesn't preach, he laughs. His self-deprecating jokes make serious ideas easier to digest. Whether he's joking about falling into mud or losing his balance during a dangerous task,